Okay, we're here with Stars of the League. Can you guys tell me, going into season 2, is there more pressure or less? Because season 1's behind you, you guys are a hit, people are watching. What's the feeling going into season 2?
I think we're scared out of our minds.
I feel more pressure. I really do. Well, because I think
Sophomore
the first
slump.
season was so good and so short.
It was so short. I said it's like getting into a relationship. Like the first season was so short. Like it was like, I was dating Paul and he left town.
Yeah.
But we knew he was going to leave, so you just throw it all out there and you're going to get out of it. But this is like a long-term relationship where like you really have to stick in there and
It's like
we got to make it work.
Last year you had one of the Whitman samplers. This year you got the whole box. So maybe you'll like it.
Yeah.
Maybe you won't. We're gambling on the fact that you'll like
I think that's actually
it.
better if you'll have more chances of liking it.
Well, that's it.
But I think of what
We're
we shot so
optimists.
far of season 2, we're on course.
I think these episodes are
Really good.
I feel like we really hit our stride in like the 4th, 5th, and 6th episode of last season, and I feel like this season just kind of really picks up.
Yeah,
right
I think
from
the
there.
Giblets episode sort of, everyone was
I think
like,
the one
"Whoa,
episode
that was the
wasn't
one."
it.
No.
That one episode.
For specific
But it's also
reasons.
helpful for us too, because I think we all got to know each other more, and our chemistry got better.
And
Yeah.
we were definitely like that, coming back to the second season, we were so excited just to be together. There was no like having to get to know each other and feel each other's rhythms. So like we were just like, we came right out of the box.
Yeah. Now, like the cool thing about the second season too is like we have a lot more money for ourselves, so we all have assistants. We don't talk to each other. I don't even think. Yeah, we
all have G5s.
Yeah.
We
Pretty
play
awesome.
slalom in the air. It's wonderful.
It's weird because you look at this show and it looks like we're all in the same room, but we're never on the same.
CGI.
No, a lot of CGI, a lot of blue screen, which is cool. I get to be on those wires all the time. Around. It's
Let's
a great
let him
workout.
ask another question.
Oh, it's a-
No, I was just going to thank you for, I'm glad you sat down with me because your schedules were all so intense and the assistants had all worked out.
Paul's not even here right now.
It's a hologram.
Watch, I can
projected out
just
of
put my
the
hands right through.
I hear the season premiere is Off the Hook. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear there's a Vegas.
It's really
Antics.
killer.
Yeah, we go to
We
Vegas.
shot in Vegas for a week, which
not
I
kidding
don't
around.
recommend.
No.
But it was.
We were in Vegas in July.
It was the
115.
perfect mixture of overwork and decadence
Yes.
Yes.
you could ever come up with.
Everything you could ever do.
Here's a tip. Don't have a job where when you leave your job, you can walk into a casino where there's a bar. That is
Yeah, it's
bad.
a party and betting and alcohol and gambling.
Or have a job where you can do that.
Yeah.
That's kind of
That's
awesome.
a good thing. That's a good
actually.
thing.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
It wasn't miserable.
No, it was fun.
It was
And
fun.
we actually had Chad Ochocinco come in this season. He's in our first episode. And he was great.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, he was really,
He
really
was
Playing
really
Taco
funny.
this year. Actually, we fired LeJoy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out
Coming
Ochocinco
off
was a
of-
lot funnier.
Yeah, coming
Yeah.
off
Ochocinco's-
Dancing with the
he's got
Stars. Got a
Yeah.
high IQ rating.
But now, weird because LeJoie has gone on to do his VH1 show. So
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah,
weird
it's-
mix.
I was going to say, is Chad going to hook up with any of you on the
He
show?
should.
Since
He's
he's looking for love?
gorgeous.
Yeah, people love
Yeah,
Chad.
they do.
He
They love
is
him.
really incredible looking. So, I'm not going to say if Jenny did or didn't.
I hope not.
I think she
We're
did.
married.
I think that will come out later on in the season. It's going to be a big
Yeah,
part to it.
that's going to be the cliffhanger for season 3.
Yeah.
But we told Chad if he decides not to return to the Bengals next season, he has his home at
Yeah, he can come
Okay.
back and do it anytime.
That's
he
great.
wants.
But yeah,
Yes,
that
he
was fun.
can.
Okay. Now, guys, tell me, once the first season started to air, when did you kind of start hearing from fans or start getting, kind of understand that people were kind of clicking with the show?
I always said that this show, more than anything I've ever done, was the quickest turnaround. Like,
Yes.
And consistently is built, even more so since we've been off the air. I feel like people pass it around a lot.
Yeah,
Cause
and it's
of-
available online, so
Yeah.
people are sort of discovering it all the time.
People
which
are
is really
finding
great.
it. Oh, yeah, and I'm also a stand-up, so I'm out. I do the road, and when I'm out there, people come up and they're like, "Oh my God, I just saw this on Hulu. It's so great. We love the show."
Although I never get it because I never walk around with Jenny hair.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
no one ever knows who I am. I could be standing next to these guys and they're like,
Who are you?
who are you?
What?
Yeah.
Jenny's got great hair.
I think the thing about the show that was interesting was immediately fantasy football fans started watching it. So I feel like those are the people we got first of all. And then I think the word got out.
girlfriends,
Yeah, the girlfriends, the wives.
coworkers.
I
like, it
went
was a
to
slow creep.
Sundance this year, and I was walking across the street out of a bar, and this dude walks out and Shiva blasted me in the middle of Sundance.
Oh, I get-
And I was like, okay.
Shiva
Sweet-
Blast.
Yeah, Shiva Blast.
I got a Shiva
at
Blast at
Sundance.
Comic-Con. So when when this show is
Yeah.
reaching a Comic-Con audience, that's
Yeah.
you
Right.
cross some boundaries. You got the nerds and the jocks right there. Everything.
It's high school.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Now tell me about, I know the show's called semi-scripted. So can you kind of talk about that? Is that easy for you guys? Is it challenging?
I think it's great because you don't have to remember your lines.
Yes.
So by semi-scripted, it means that I don't remember anything.
There are line suggestions in the outlines that we have, and we use them, and then we come up with alts.
We shoot from a very detailed outline.
Yeah.
Like a
So
10-page outline.
each scene has, a couple paragraphs of what the meat of the scene is. And then Jackie and Jeff are crazy enough to let us kind of go with that.
Yeah.
Which they'll learn eventually to give us.
It lends
some
itself to a
lines.
really great conversational feel. When you're watching it, I just feel like this is the way people really talk, because that's how we're really talking to each other.
And I think that, Jeff and Jackie, I mean, obviously Jeff comes from the Curb background, and so the show has similar elements to that, but I also feel like we get to I think flesh out our characters a little bit more because it is in our own voices, and find things. And Jeff and Jackie are really malleable about letting us kind of go off on tangents. Like, as a matter of fact, I think last week we were shooting an episode and we came up with a funny joke about something like, my character, should I talk about that thing?
Yeah, why not?
My character is eating this energy drink, and I came up with the name of it called Spunk. And these guys started
Performance, utility,
nutrition
kit.
Yeah.
So that was something that we just kind of found live there on set, and then we were able to incorporate that in the rest of the
And the great
episode.
thing about that is, inevitably in every scene, you're always going to have that spark of magic, where
Yeah,
you
something
see a
just
genuine
clicks.
laugh, you see a genuine reaction,
Yep.
and that's really hard to find in scripted material.
And we have
Yeah.
some unbelievable guest stars this year that really brought some really Jason Mantzoukas is going to do a character that's
very
Incredible.
unforgettable.
Rob Hubel
Rob
is
Hubel,
fantastic.
Craig Bierko.
Craig Bierko.
We've had a lot of good
Along
people.
with Terrell Suggs from the Baltimore Ravens and Josh Krantz.
Yeah, a couple football cameos this
Yeah.
season.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I can't wait to
And
see
I'm
it,
actually
guys.
going to make a cameo for the Bengals.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go.
Ocho Cinco's asked me to
perfect.
play this year, so that's really awesome.
All right. Well, thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you.